I've heard from dozens of you, David, please address JD Vance wearing women's makeup. And I haven't addressed this because it hasn't felt material, but enough people have written in about it that I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to be very honest with you. I noticed a very long time ago that JD Vance appears to wear women's makeup. And by women's makeup, we're talking about eyeliner and potentially mascara. And oh, David, isn't that heteronormative or isn't that gender normative that you're talking about? It's women's makeup. Okay. I mean, listen, in American society, I get that there's goth and there's emo and there's all these different, I get it. Okay. But we're talking about what is traditionally, particularly in right-wing circles, which is part of the discussion here, we're talking about what has historically been women's makeup. Okay. It seems pretty clear JD Vance wears eyeliner and potentially mascara. There's now growing numbers of articles about this. There's an article in Slate about it with pictures and all these different things, and you can check it out. The reason I haven't spoken about it until now, one part is it didn't seem to be a topic of discussion in the general public, but number two, it really seems immaterial. The reason I don't like JD Vance isn't because he's wearing women's makeup. The reason I don't like JD Vance is he seems completely disingenuous in terms of what his beliefs are, doing a very difficult to believe 180. It's like a Dave Rubin type 180 where it's like, were you really that clueless before that your view changed so much? And if you were that clueless before about your own political views, then that concerns me now as well. So I don't think his 180 on Trump is credible. I think it's just an attempt to get close to power. I don't like the political positions that he's espousing. I don't like his views on parenting and any of it. But there is sort of a relevant thing about the women's makeup, which is that he is part of a movement, which is the modern MAGA movement, which now he claims to be behind. Remember, he used to say Trump is America's next Hitler. Now Trump's great. He loves Trump. They have a great relationship. They've sorted it all out. He now understands Trump. He's part of a movement that seeks to use and enforce these gender norms in order to make policy, to put people down, to divide people, to discriminate. And it is overall a movement that is extraordinarily transphobic. Now, some people I know are aware of the fact that these emails leaked, or texts or emails, I believe they were actually emails, between JD Vance and a former classmate, a classmate who is trans. And it's one of these things where we kind of step back and we say, you know, deep down, this guy may not really be transphobic. There is also, you know, the rumors are now spreading about JD Vance is actually a gay man. And there was someone who claimed that he went on a date with JD Vance at an Applebee's. I don't know whether these allegations are true. And quite frankly, I don't even care about JD Vance's personal life. What I care about is the fact that they are using all of this these gender and sexuality norms that the MAGA establishment has attached itself to divide, to score political points, and to put people down. Now, the eyeliner and the mascara specifically, you know, you look on TikTok, you look at makeup artists saying, we know exactly what he's doing here. You see commentators doing comparisons. Here's where he's wearing the eyeliner. Here's where he's not. It's being done. Speculation is that he's doing it in order to enhance the color of his eyes. I really don't care about it. The thing I care about is the hypocrisy of Vance's policies as compared to him trying to enhance his appearance in this way. I don't have any problem with men wearing makeup. What I have a problem with is elected officials who hold these harmful views about gender norms. They espouse them. They try to use them as cudgel against others. And then, meanwhile, they're wearing what is traditionally women's makeup. Now, the campaign has been asked about it. They haven't answered whether JD Vance is wearing makeup or not. It seems obvious he is. I don't care if they answer it at all. And the historical parallel I would draw, to zoom out from this just a little bit, is the general understanding of appearance playing a role in how elected officials are seen. And there is a serious story there. There's a real story there. We can go back to the Nixon debate against John F. Kennedy and Nixon not feeling well in the 5 o'clock shadow and the sweat. And I'm the first to tell you that physical appearance influences who people vote for, the appearance of height and the appearance of energy and vigor and youth. I'm right there with you on all of this stuff, and I don't criticize JD Vance for doing what he thinks makes him look better. You know, we've talked about Trump doing the orange face paint and the hair dye and the hair transplants. Does it make him look better or not? I mean, I guess, compared to that pale white-haired version of Biden, it certainly didn't hurt him. The jury is out on whether any particular modification, the Trump face paint or the JD Vance eyeliner, whether any of it in particular helps. But I completely recognize that appearance does matter in some generic way. What I can't stand is the disgusting hypocrisy and the way in which these gender norms are being used to make other people feel like crap at the end of the day. We've got a great bonus show for you today. We've been following the trajectory of MDMA and FDA approval. We're going to talk about where that stands. We also will discuss former lawyer Jenna Ellis flipping and now working with Arizona prosecutors on that 2020 election case. It's very interesting what's going on. And then Elon Musk's PAC is already under investigation in Michigan for potential violations. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. All of those stories and more on today's bonus show. Sign up at joinpacman.com. I will be joined by producer Pat on the bonus show. And then, of course, we'll be back with another show tomorrow.